Okay, so resampling, shifting, and windowing. Okay? Pandas provide several additional time series specific operations. As Pandas, as Pandas was developed largely in financial context. Okay? It includes some very specific tools for financial data. Okay? Financial data, they are basically time series data. Okay? Financial data, because they are based on time. Okay? So they are time series. Okay. Okay. So now let's go back here. So let's see. Here, what we're doing here is, so your Google Google data set, Google stock price data. Right? So you see, looks like they have discontinued. You're using your web service. Right? So let's try again. By the way, I have Microsoft stock data set. Right? We'll use that one. Right there. So let me do this. Let me do Python. Okay. So let's see if it works. If it doesn't, then so we have the Microsoft data. We'll use that one. Right? So looks like, yeah, there's a problem. Okay. This one takes me Microsoft. So yeah. So yeah, there's some. Looks like this is a error message. Okay, thank you for your patience, our engineer. Okay, so yeah, it didn't work. We have web service and you have company name. Okay, anyway, so let's see. Okay, what I'm going to do is this. Thank you, I'm going to do this. Your data, I've already provided you that data. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to that data that I've shared with you, right? Religion shared very good. Right? The data, we'll work on that data. Okay. So C MNG C now okay. So then Dropbox and then files. Okay. Python. Python. Okay. And then let's see. Okay, what I got is for students. For students. And then what else here? Okay. So I'm going to choose the CD, right? Okay. And then ls, we got data files, right? CD data files. Yes, I should have it here, right? MSFD stock for pandas, right? So this is the CSV file. Using Microsoft stock data, right? So you provide share the file, right? It's the same file, rather same folder, right? Okay. Okay, so Python. So let's get there. Okay, I have this right here. Okay, that's it. Microsoft stock. Okay. Using homework number 8. Right? This one will use the same, okay, same data. Okay. So this one I'm saying mirror question aside Google layout. So you need to convert that to Microsoft. Right. Okay, so all I need to do is now I got this. Now all I need to do is read the data. Okay? I need to read the data. And then let's see how it looks. So I'm going to do this. Data is equal to, first I need to import it. I import pandas as PD. Okay. And then PD, rather data is equal to PD dot read CSV, right? Read underscore CSV. And then the file, name of the file. The name of the file is MSFT. MSFT. So this is the name of the file. Okay. So data dot head. Okay, let's do data dot head. Okay. So go like this to date, open, high, low, close, ADZ, adjusted close for volume. Right. So how many columns here? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns. Okay. Let's look at the shape of this. Right? Let's look at the shape of it. What you already understand? There are 5,409 rows and then 7 columns. right? Sub columns, as you can see here. Okay, and then we have 5,409. See, it has your Microsoft stock data, right? So now it starts from what? 2000, right? January 4th, 2000, right? January 4th, 2000. Maybe it's good tail garden. So if I do data.tail, it'll show me. Tail 2021 7 July 2nd, so 2021. Right? So pretty recent, right? Pretty recent data. Okay. All right. So now, okay, we're gonna analyze this. Right? This is a time series. Basically, it's a time series data. Right? Here's my data. And here's the date. Means so all of the rows have date, right? That means it is a time series data, right? Which is dependent on the data is dependent on time. Okay. All right. So let's look at the closing price column. Right? So what I'm going to do is, okay, I can do MSFT, Microsoft is equal to the closing price. This is what we're interested in. I'm going to main sign. So we're going to analyze this column right here, a closing. Closing price, right? Stock market close. Close the stock price is the Microsoft stock. Right? What was the price when for that day? Let's say closing price. Okay, so that is what we're interested in, right? So that's what we're gonna analyze. So okay, so that's gonna be data. So we're gonna subset this column. Hey, close. Okay, I'm gonna subset this, and then if I do MSFT, so I'm gonna get what? Series, right? Series also, right? So of course there are 5,409 rows in this series. Rather not rows the values, right? That many values because rows one. So it seems as if it's it's two-dimensional, but it's one-dimensional. Right? This series is one-dimensional, right? There. Okay, so let's visualize it. Right? It's like visualize it, huh? So visualize it back. So unfortunately, I don't have a display on here, right? So I'm gonna have to go back to rather right? So I think I have it from before. Okay? I can show you right there. Okay? This say that. Okay, right here. So I think I have here Microsoft. Yeah, right here. I think you can share the next week, right? It's in that folder. The folder you'll see this note. You know inside. Okay. So okay, let's just follow through on this because it's I cannot draw. I cannot this one display sign again. So that's virtual machine. Okay. This one is a Linux virtual machine. Here, this one is a Linux machine. Windows one Linux version. WSL. Okay. So let me connect here.
सर त्यो हिजो तपाईले त्यो जुन टाइमको त्यो गर्नु भएको नोटबुक छ नि त्यो चाहिँ शेयर गर्नु भएको छैन हो
कुन चाहिँ भन्नु
त्यो हिजोको जुन टाइम वालाको तपाईले त्यो नोटबुक गर्नु भएको छ नि त्यो मैले खोजेको भेटाइन के
ओके यु मिन
त्यो हिजोको एक्सरसाइज गरेको वाला नोटबुक
यिनीहरु भन्नुभयो यो टाइम
हजुर सर यो चाहिँ मैले भेटाइन के
यो छैन भन्नु पर्ने टाइम यो त मैले let me see. So you can hear some let me see. Right here. I need this to like for students. मैले पठाएको त यो तपाईलाई यो यसमा तपाईको lesson notes है यसमा चाहिँ अब यो यसमा Python fundamentals course notes B2 है B2 यो HTML मा पनि छ है you can either open मैले चाहिँ यो HTML देखाइरहेको छु अहिले हैन so HTML पनि छ .ipy पनि छ है so यो यसमा V10 छ नि यसमा हेर्नु
मैले त त्यो पान्डास भनेर त्यो देखिन अनि त्यही भएर त्यो भित्र चाहिँ मैले फन्डामेन्टल भने त्यो अगाडिकै पाइथन भनेर चाहिँ हेरिन ए हस् सर
okay So your Python materials lesson notes, right? Lesson notes, man, it's there, right? So your early part of your Microsoft, it's right. This one, right? Okay. All right. So because that's the file, and you open file, they know PTN file. Let this one open. Which is this one. This one. Estimate file I have. Right? So course notes. Okay. So okay. So where are we? Okay, right here. Right? Over ISMA, let's run these. Right? I'm gonna run this. Okay. About where you're on Garcia. You see me drive message, by the way. Drive message. So okay. So let's deal with it. Okay, so you can see it's 2021 702. Okay. And then okay, so close equal to MSFT close. This is a closing price, of course. Okay, well, let's plot it. Let's say simply I'm like plot go, right? The time series data, like plot go. So when you see when you plot it, it looks like this, right? So basically, it's yeah, but it's your row number, right? So this is the real row number material, nothing else, right? So and this is the actual closing price, right? Closing price. Okay, so basically, yeah, it looks good. I mean, at least, yeah, your point here. The way number growth there's the price in it. Number it's an almost exponential growth. Okay, so all right. So now, okay, okay. So what are we going to do? It's not saying has the information because we don't know. Couldn't date the price to you, right? I mean, we don't get that reference here. Yeah, no problems, right? And a problem case on you use this simply. It doesn't make any sense at all. Yes, I mean, this is a certain point. Yeah, they explain. Yeah, it's almost flat. So yes, it's almost flat. So the price almost flat. So yeah, but after this, year month we don't know, right? So we need to have some kind of data information inside, right? So this client, we can set this, right? So what we can do is set a date like the index must set. It's in Microsoft data, right? Set index, right? And date implicit correction, right? We use a sequence like now date is the index, right? Oh yeah, yeah. If you look over here, the date is a column, right? Here, date is a column, right? Date is a column here, but what we did was we converted this date, the column date, to index. Index file. I said that's why. Now look over here. See, yeah, see your data and that means this is an index. It's no longer a column. It's no longer a column. It's an index now. Okay. So I would say how many columns do we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? There are 6 columns. Okay. All right. So you now when you do that, now that makes all the difference. Okay. Look over here. So see, close equal to, so we're doing the same thing, right? Exact same. Obviously, now we have date, right? Date as index. Now that this makes all the difference, as you'll see. This makes all the difference. So now same thing, a same plot, exact same plot, same code, everything is same. So what do you do? Okay. All right. So let's see. We're going to plot it. Right? plt.plot. Yeah, you see there. Those dot plot. Right? This both work. Right? See, obviously, now, yeah, we see the dates here. Right? We see all these dates, but they're overlapping. Right? They're overlapping. See, it's a full date. These are overlapping each other, but it's still not much, information, not much value to be gained from this graph. Right? Your graph for the we cannot gain much information still. Right? So we need to do further. Right? We need to do something further. Right? So if you do this, remember indexing, right? So if you do close dot index, right? Close dot index, then you see that. See, these are your full dates on this index, right? See, you got full. I mean, it's a daily data. It's a Dindinico data, yeah, right? So you see all these. Okay. So as you can see above, the index of closed has dtype object. Main problem given. Now this is an object. Rather, this because we want this to be a datetime object, so timestamp object rather. Let's say the timestamp object. Your dtypes any timestamp by PD pandas timestamp even numpy datetime 64. This is the verb. Now that changes the game. Okay, that changes the game actually. That simplifies your, also you can gain a lot of value from the plot that we draw after that. Right? So we need to somehow, we need to be able to convert these states, which are objects. Object means basically string. These are basically strings. This is a string body. Right? We don't want a string. I mean, string because it's nothing, not much manipulation when you're going to mill a datetime to manipulation server. Right? To keep it going, it's just a plain old string, right? Okay. So now we need to convert it to datetime objects, right? By the timestamp, or you can have any kind of, is either pandas or numpy, right? So we can do that. So I'm okay. So I'm we need to change it like we saw before, right? So I'm closed our index. So I'm to datetime, right? To datetime, your string. These are all strings, right? So your strings are like if we pass these, the array of strings, right? That is parsable, of course, right? To datetime, pd.to datetime, then it can parse these strings and gives us the date objects, right? Datetime objects, right? Datetime objects, right? So let's see. So what are we gonna? So that's what we're doing here. I am clear that's what I. Now it changed. Object is basically a string. Right? Object is a string. Right? But here now dtype changed to what? Datetime 64. Right? Datetime 64 you see numpy ko datetime 64. Now, okay. Now we are cool. Right? That will make a difference. You could have was where you see your so far. Okay? It's like these are mere strings, just plain old boring strings. Right? Nothing exciting about it. Nothing. It's just plain old string. It could be anything. Right? So for the analysis, I know you say just could be any string. I mean, it doesn't. There's nothing special about this. But it's a lab. You see, to date timer like to date timer. We pass this array. When you see. Now these are what? These are now are they string anymore? In a string what?
Unnecessary string.
They are what? Type Q.
Time 64.
Very good. Datetime 64, which is a numpy. Numpy. Datetime 64. Right. So very good. You see now. Let's see. Now close the index is equal to. It data. So यसरी गर्दा पनि हुन्छ अब यो चाहिँ हामीले यसरी गर्न मिल्छ भन्ने भयो हैन सो हामीले सिधै यसरी हैन डेट टाइम यसलाई चाहिँ क्लोज डट इन्डेक्सलाई है क्लोजको इन्डेक्सलाई हामी के गर्नु भन्दाखेरि डेट टाइम इन्डेक्स अब्जेक्टमा सिधै हैन डेट टाइम इन्डेक्स डेटा एज वी सॉ लास्ट टाइम सो देयर इज एन अब्जेक्ट कॉल्ड डेट टाइम इन्डेक्स है सो यो गर्यो भने है अनि फ्रिक्वेन्सी इक्वल टु इन्फर फ्रम द डेटा इन्फर आफै हैन आफै figure out infer means you figure it out right? Okay, I don't want to bother, you just figure it out from the data right? So okay, so you say infer right? So you infer means the the library will infer right? So I'm looking at it close dot index theo right? Datetime. So now the close dot index in theo right? So yeah, close dot index is still you family यो त खाली हामी डिस्प्ले गर्नुलाई क्लोज डट इन्डेक्स hasn't changed yet हैन यहाँ चेन्ज भएको छ र छैन नि हैन यो त खाली हामीले यहाँ डिस्प्ले मात्रै गर्यौं है क्लोज डट इन्डेक्स इज स्टिल indices of still के भन्दाखेरि string still a string यो string पास गर्यो यो गरेपछि यसले के दिन्छ भन्दाखेरि it will change this index there's some datetime object, right? So yeah, understand? So it converted that to datetime 64, right? Okay, so let me run that. Excuse me. So we close dot index here in a moment. And now it's right close co-index here, right? Close co-index here, right? Now it's datetime 64, and we're all good now, right? So now let's plot it. Right? I'm plot going. So now you can see the magic happen here, right? Okay, this was resample with that. So rather, before we resample, I think we can just plot that data. Okay. Let's just close that plot, right? So what I'm going to do is close dot plot. Okay. Let's try this. Okay, see, obviously, see, nicely, understand? Nicely, it just gave us the year. See, year 2000 Mayasa, year 2004 Mayasa, 2008, 2012, almost like 2016. Now this it's skyrocketing. Understand? I know. So almost like after 2016 or 15 or 16, but it's a sharp growth there. I know, like a steep sort there, right? Perhaps around the year that Satya Nadella, he took over. Around that time, there's always Satya Nadella Lilio. I really admire this guy because he made this company. He transformed. He turned the company around. Satya Nadella. He turned Microsoft into a $1 trillion company, which is Microsoft. It was really not doing so well, right? But he turned the fortune. Right? He focused on the cloud. Azure, he made it almost number 2 Azure cloud. Right? So I mean, this guy did a tremendous job. Right? So he made the company so like agile, really agile, very lean, agile, and really innovative company. But I think Microsoft was starting to get a boring company. Right? So, but now he turned it into some he turned this Microsoft to a very exciting company now, right? Where like a lot of innovation, research, product development, and then and then the culture really cultural shift there. So yeah, so and then yeah, it shows in the data right here, right? Okay. All right. So now, okay. So that's the magic. See, I know. Time series data. When we converted those, plain boring the data objects or dates or which were strings. So here, there's nothing much to be gained from this, right? Okay, nothing much to be gained from this plot. Rather, so when when we changed index to datetime object, right? So now it is kati safa, kati clean, and then there's so much information. There's so much information in this little plain little एक line of code and one line of code, right? Boom. We have such powerful analytical tool, right? And this part, right? So it gives you a snapshot of the the Microsoft stock from 2000 to say, Yoda picture, right? You're seeing the whole history, right? This 21-year history of Microsoft stock right here in one simple plot. Okay. So now that's again that's that part, right? So let's just follow along with the. Okay, so it's my case on there, yeah. So we read all that so that you could get this. So you're saying, by contrast, you say Google, right? Google stock. So Google stock is almost like it's the China. So it's almost like steadily increasing here, steadily, almost linear, right? Google stock is almost linear. But here, it's with this, it's different, right? So it's not linear. It was flat up until here, and then now exponential growth from here. It's non-linear. It's linear side. You linear side, exponential, right? Okay. All right. So this is Google. See, by the way. Okay. So there's something called resampling. and converting frequencies. So now, something interesting. Okay, so one common need for time series data is resampling at higher or lower frequency. Right? We can do that using the resample method, or much simpler, sfrig method. Right? There's a difference between these two. Right? So के गर्छ भन्दा resample, it is fundamentally a data aggregation. Okay, whereas sfrig is data selection. Right? Okay, so I'll have to show you what this means. So even if I explain it for 1 hour, like, you're not going to understand, right? Unless I actually show you an example. Right? Okay, so let's do that right now. So what I'm going to do is right here. Right? So about Isman, right? So if you see here, right? So what am I going to for the resample and asterisk? Isman के गरेर छ भन्दाखेरि हामी यो closed data छ है, close मा के छ, date and closing price, right? It's a series basically, right? It's a series. This series मा के छ भन्दाखेरि date is the index, okay? Date is the index, and then the closing price is the value, right? Okay. So now we're going to resample that. Hey, so resample is going to close to resample BA. Okay. Do you remember BA? What BA is? BA is the frequency code. Right. So what is BA? BA is the frequency code. Let's go back here. Okay. What does that mean? BA, the frequency code BA. Okay, so I'm going to go back here. Okay. So let me check. Let me show you right here. Yes, ma'am. Say BA right here. BAQ. Yeah, there is. It's from this table. Can you tell me what BA is?
Business year end.
Business year end. Very good. Okay. So business year end means, okay, it will just, okay, business end. So couldn't even year must say December 31st is the last day, right? Say December 30th was Saturday, right? December 31st was Sunday. Number end of business day, business year, 30 or 31st weekend by. So they are not business days, right? 29th, right? 29th my end, right? Year end, A matri gare भने के हुन्छ? A matri गरे भने चाहिँ कतिमा end हुन्छ भन्नुस् त? A matri गरे भने तपाईको 31st मा end. 31st मा end. Because we're not concerned with our business. We're not concerned about business thing, right? No aspect, business aspect आउँदैन त्यहाँ, right? A means this year end. When did the year end? Right? December 31st. That's it, right? So if you do business year end, so business year means, for example, 31st was a Sunday, right? And 30th was Saturday, means those are not business days, right? And you see, हाम्रो त्यो year end counts business year end 29th December, right? Because 30th and 31st are weekends. They're not business days. Right? यो कुरा बुझ्नुभयो तपाईहरु? Okay. All right. So,
Yes.
okay, very good. Hey, so now let's go back here. So what are we going to do? Like resample. Okay, so we're going to resample. So taki aba hamro ke garnu huncha bhandakhari, okay. So it will just pick those points, business year end points, right? त्यसलाई pick गर्छ है, त्यो business year त्यो rows अथवा त्यो days हरूलाई मात्र pick गर्छ. अनि त्यसको mean लिन्छ, है? It takes the mean. Mean means the average, right? Average of the previous year. त्यो point देखि उताको previous year को जुन average लिन्छ अनि त्यसपछि right here we plot it, है? हामीले यो एउटैमा गरिरहेको छौं rather. So I mean त्यसलाई चाहिँ हामी plot गरिरहेको छौं, है? So which is right here, which is so I should have put here dash dash. You see, it should be the blue one, right? The blue one. That is what? That is resample. You see resample. Okay. त्यस्तै गरी अर्को यसमा हामी sfrig same हो तर हामी के गर्छौं sfrig use गर्छौं है. So you'll see in a moment what they mean. अब यसबाट it's clear हुँदैन हैन, because यो चाहिँ हाम्रो यो रेन्ज एकदम ठुलो छ कि 21 वर्षको डेटा छ हैन. त्यसले गर्दा तपाईले त्यो granularity देख्नुहुन्न के, त्यो mean त्यो देख्नुहुन्न है. So that's why what I've done is this. I've subset this so that I'm taking this 5 years of data, 2000 to 2004, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004. It's 5 वर्षको हैन. So is that right? 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, and 2004. 5 वर्षको data. Yo चाहिँ 5 वर्षको data. Hey, so let's see. Hey, so I'm gonna so that you can clearly see. I mean, zoom in गरेर जस्तो कि we're zooming into the 21 वर्षको data and just zoom in गरेर हामी 5 वर्षको data मात्र हेरौँ है. Okay, so and then you'll see the difference. Clearly you see the difference. Hey, अब यसमा गर्दाखेरि के भयो? So all we're doing is just plotting. Nothing going on here. It's the same thing. It's the माथि गरेर जस्तै. We're resampling BA and BA मा resample गरेको छौं business year end, and then we're taking the median. Okay, we can also take rather mean नै लिउँ है. Let's take the mean है. Until I plot गरेर छौं level resample है. Okay, so so if you do this, look at this, understand? So and then we're also plotting S-freak BA meter, BA S-freak गरेर छौं. So if you do this, so now the plots, you can see clearly the plots are quite different. They're quite different. At least this is the answer. You see resample the answer, S-freak answer. Your point, they're almost close. This is a lot of difference. Okay, so let me show you what this means. So I'm gonna take a snip. Okay. Okay, and then you look at the you'll understand, right? So right here, okay. So यसमा के भइरहेछ भन्दाखेरि अब रिस्याम्पलमा के भइरहेछ हेर्नुस् है. So रिस्याम्पलले के गर्छ भन्दाखेरि business year end like BA, we're resampling at BA, हैन? BA, which is business year end, like BA. BA मा अनि business year end means see अब यो चाहिँ, so this is 2000 को business year end. यो चाहिँ के हो? 2002 को business year end, 2003 business year end, right? 2004 business year end and 2005 business year end. Oh, okay, because so यसमा यहाँदेखि यहाँ 365 दिन, so around 360, 65 days, whatever business days or so, right? So now अब यसमा what is this point? So now what is the difference between S-freak र resample? Right? Let's try that. Right? S-freak and resample. Right? Say so this is resample. You say resample, right? And green say S-freak. Right? So resample, this one, resample is here, S-freak is here. Same day को लागि. Right? So यसको मतलब के हो भन्दाखेरि resample, what it does is यसमा हामी के गर्ने mean. If you recall, if you look over here, हामीले यहाँ के गरेको छ हेर्नुस् त, हामीले resample BA dot mean गरेको छौं. यसको मतलब के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि it gives you the mean of the previous जुन year को end त्यो year को. So this is end of what? End of 2000 हो नि त हैन. यो point भनेको जुन यो point छ, number 1 भनौं, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5 भनौं है.